Could this have all been a grand plot between Vince and Bret?
There is documented written evidence that Bret and Vince discussed doing the screw job a week before it happened.
I think this is a contrived plan. It was the greatest work and the greatest fraud ever put on pro wrestling.
Everybody in the situation stood to gain from what happened.
We're screwing Time Warner out of $9 million.
And when the person who was the real architect passes away, I'm allowed to give the rest of the story.
Everything was on the table and open for discussion at that point.
Eventually something was going to explode.
I thought that was the beginning of the plan.
1,000 people see things one way and one see it differently, and the one person may be correct.
There's no payoff because there's no money.
There was a 3-year payoff.
Best work in wrestling are usually based on shoot. It is still making money.
I think Vince wanted to get punched by Bret Hart.
The hell, I saw him and he took a dive.
They're going to be so mad at Vince McMahon for screwing over, they're going to turn on the show and watch him get his ass beat by Stone Cold Steve Austin.
It was the perfect launching. It was perfect.
Wrestling with Shadows provided a perfect narrative for the way they wanted these characters ended up to be presented.
You're telling me that things were so bad that Vince couldn't wait for that documentary to be done before telling Bret, I can't pay you?
Many very prominent people thinks it is very likely it was a work.
I think it was a work. I think that it's quite possible.
I wouldn't be surprised if Vince and Bret were in on it.
Let's work the entire world and create the biggest controversy ever.
I think the only possible way that there ever could have been a conspiracy is if
You believe none of what you hear and only half of what you see.
Montreal caused so much good to happen to the WWE.
Truth is really stranger than fiction.